Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are working on the final list of Valentine's Day crafts that I have for the year. I have been working so hard on creating some fun classroom gifts for my kiddos, for all three of their classrooms. So we're gonna finish those up today. And those are these little pencil toppers. Aren't these cute? So these are for the girls' classrooms. Aren't they so fun? Lots of fun ones. And then I already got these done, but they are sweet little Triceratop pencil toppers for my son's classroom for Valentine's Day. So I have, I think, a total of 9 things on my list that I need to get done today to get us ready for Valentine's Day. And we are just going to sit back, relax. Well, you are. I'm going to be getting to work, but I have a lot of things I need to get done. So hopefully you're inspired with some of these things. As a reminder, everything that I use will be listed below the video. You can click on the title of the video and it will open up a huge description box of all of the materials and supplies that I'm using to craft today and other things that are in my craft room. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I have quite the list of things to get done. All right, the first thing that I want to do is this fun shadow box that I've had in my craft room for a while. In fact, a lot of these crafts are crafts that I've wanted out of my craft room because they have been sitting for at least a year, if not more. So I am going through for this last video and finding things that I have been meaning to do but have been on the back burner, and we are not only getting them done, but we are getting them out of my craft room, and it's such a gratifying feeling to get that all done. So I've had this shadow box. I think it was, yes, okay, this is from the Target dollar spot quite a while ago, but you can find similar things like this anywhere, especially at craft stores. But this was $5. I really liked the wood frame of it. And what we're going to do is, it says it has one that just opened. Okay, perfect. Because what I want to do is I have this fill. These are really cute. They're little foam hearts, and I found these at Michael's, I think a year ago, and I was going to use them last year, and then of course something else just got in the way. So what I want to do though is I kind of like this ombre look. Actually, it's not completely ombre because it's not going light to dark, but I like how they're segmented. So I'm hoping what I can do is kind of keep them in this order and place them right into this shadow box. So I'm going to take some scissors. Let's see how I can do this. I'm wondering if I just cut along the sides as well. I'm kind of putting a firm hand on the top so they don't start falling out, but I want to keep them in their little order here. Oops. Okay, just like that. Aren't these cute? And then I'm hoping I can just, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm trying to do it so eloquently and it's probably just going to be a mess, but I want to do something like this. Just kind of keep them in that order. Oh, that didn't do too bad. Okay, and if I have some extra, which I have plenty of, I am going to, in fact, I'm going to have this little coffee cup here. This is a clean coffee cup that I was going to decorate for another project, but not today. I'm going to take the extra that I have because I'm working on some little Valentine's Day gift baskets for my kids, and I will put some of this filling in there as just basket filler. So we're going to do something like so, but I want it to be pretty full because I want it to still take on this kind of shape. I don't want it to all fall. Okay, so I'm going to place all of this in, and it's okay if some of the pieces get mixed up a little bit. I just want, for the most part, to have the color be in its area. But let me push these down and get this closed. Okay, so I like how that looks. Now we're going to decorate it with some vinyl on the top. Make sure that this stays down. You may, if you want this to be a permanent look, you know, if you're not going to take out the filling and do something different for another holiday, you may consider gluing this into place. Okay, so I'm going to move these to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean the front. It just has some kind of dust on it from the frame. So we'll get that all cleaned off so that we can put some vinyl down successfully on there. Okay, And here is my design, which is super cute. So, sorry, this is white on white, but I think you'll be able to see enough. So let's go ahead and start weeding out this design. This is cute. It says, all you need is love, and it has this fun little retro font. Now this is a pre-done design, so I won't, be able to tell you the exact font information for this, but it's adorable. Okay, you can find similar ones online if you wanted to recreate this yourself, or the place that I found this design will be linked down below so that you can grab it as well. This would also make a really cute t-shirt. I love that. Okay, all you need is love. We have some hearts sprinkled around in there as well. And then I am going to add my transfer tape to the top. So I have a piece cut down to size, and I just lay that right on down with my magnets. There we go. Okay. Let's grab a scraper and burnish the tops and bottoms. Okay, if you missed the Dollar Tree video that went up a couple weeks ago, excuse me, that was such a fun video to put together. There were so many fun Dollar Tree Valentine finds this year, and it was so fun to create those. So check out that video if you missed it. And we'll remove the liner and lay this right on down. Okay, I love the little sprinkle of hearts within the words too. That's really fun. Okay, and then you can decide which way you want it to go. I like the placement here, so we're good to go. And just center as best that I can. Very cute. Okay, what a fun little piece of decor. And again, the filler was from Michael's, but you can find all types of filler. You can do flowers inside. You can do, oh gosh, I feel like I've done just a little bit of everything when it comes to shadow box filler. They're really, really fun to get unique with. I'm gonna peel this away, and then I'm gonna set this to the side because we can reuse this transfer tape throughout the rest of the crafts that we're going to do. How cute is that? I love the retro vibe. Really fun. Okay. There we are. So there's our first craft. I love that. It's really fun and cute. And again, I'm probably going to end up gluing this so that it stays put back there because that kind of wants to pop up a little bit, but very cute. Okay, we're gonna sneak in a super easy one real quick. I found these cute little letters at Hobby Lobby recently, and I thought they were so cute. So there is XOXO Sweet Love and Kiss. You have some in just a kind of more of a cream, more of a cream look. And then you have some in pink. And quite honestly, I could make these on my Glowforge, but I saw them, I thought they were so cute and had to have them. Plus, I think they were 40%, yes, they were 40% off. So you just can't, you can't beat that. So I saw this XOXO and I had to have it. I thought that was so cute. And I have this little wooden blank. I have to tell you about these blanks. I found these on Amazon. I haven't used these yet, but I bought a big pack of them. It came in a multi-pack and I loved the size. Not only that, but they are pre-painted and distressed already. Now, some of mine did come with like a little hairline crack in some of them, which isn't too huge of a deal, but I wanted to mention it. I don't know if I just had one that, I don't know, things happen, right? But I love these. I think they are so pretty. You can do a design on either side, but I like having smaller pieces of decor too, because you can put them on a tier tray, you can put them in a powder room, anything like that. So this is too big for this side, but we can absolutely do it on this side. And like I said, I love that it's already distressed. So I'm just going to test it to make sure that the side that I'm intending to have on the bottom doesn't wiggle or rock, because sometimes they can be wobbly. And if they are, you can just find, see, like that one's a little too wobbly. If they are, you'll just find a side that's better. But the first one, actually, I think this one was actually the best. So let's do that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm simply going to use some hot glue And did I turn that on? I think I did. My other glue gun just is not charged today. So I'm using my plug-in, which is fine. But I'm gonna do something like this where I just have the little XOXO on the bottom right. It's almost centered because of the length of that, but I am gonna tuck that over just a little bit so that it looks like that. And I love that. Okay, this is all ready to go. So I'm simply going to, if you've worked with hot glue, you know, I'm gonna move quickly. And you can use the adhesive of your choice. I'm a hot glue girl. I find that it works super well. Plus it's instant, which keeps me crafting quick. Okay, place that there. Yep, press it down. Get any of the little flyaways. And we're good to go. Okay, so super easy, just layering some wood pieces together, but it's very simple and I love how chic that looks. Very fun. Okay, I have another couple easy ones coming up, but let's go ahead. And I was sharing in a video recently, I think it was a card making video. I found this at Hobby Lobby as well. I love it. And I love having stuff like this for my paper pieces when I am making cards. So I grabbed that, but I also grabbed this piece. I think this was last year, and I loved this piece. This is also from Hobby Lobby. They may have something similar this year, but I wanted to have another type of tray. Now you can use this for Valentine's Day decor for your purpose, but I wanted to have something like this actually for my craft room, but it fit really well with my Valentine's crafts, so I'm gonna include it here. But I wanted just to have another type of tray for all of my little paper pieces. It's nice to have little areas that you can plop paper in as you're cutting and creating. So I thought these were fun. They make me happy too. They're just not a simple dish or anything. They're just fun, and I thought we could do the opposite. So on this we have a pink background with the white hearts, and then here on this heart-shaped little tray I'm going to do the nice powder pink hearts. Now you can use transfer tape, but I'm going to simply treat this like I would a sticker, and I'm going to put all of these little, I think I cut out 10, and they are about a 1/2 inch in size, but I thought I would just place these all around here and have another cute little area to place and organize my paper little pieces as I'm doing my card making. So plus this fits just perfectly in my craft space because this is definitely my style. Okay, so I'm just going to complete this with the hearts. Super easy and very fun. And I only needed 8, but I love how that looks. It's very fun, and I'll end up using this quite a bit. So again, just a way to bring a little bit of fun and happiness to my craft space as I'm crafting. I like having little trinkets like this to be able to organize my pieces, but really fun. Again, this is from Hobby Lobby. If you wanted one that's more pre-done, then you can get this one as well. But knowing me, I had to have both. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to a cute tray. Yes, I want to do this tray. I found a really fun tray. I believe this is, gosh, not all of this is from Hobby Lobby, I promise you. But I did have a fun shopping day recently, and yes, this is from Hobby Lobby as well. And I think that their Valentine stuff is just on point this year, as it normally is, right? So this is a really pretty wooden tray slash plate. I thought I could use this as simply a piece of decor to just have it propped up in our kitchen along the subway tile. I thought that would be very pretty. And I found this design, which as a reminder will be linked below so you know where I purchased it. But it was so cute, and this would be really sweet on a sweatshirt as well, but I loved the just kind of movement of it, and I thought it'd be cute for this tray. Okay, so this says Be Mine, and we have a fun little scribbly heart at the bottom. Let me see if I can reuse that. Yes, I can. I was gonna say, I think I can reuse my shadow box transfer tape. It should be big enough. Place that right on down. Okay. And I'll burnish the front and back. I'm gonna try to use this whole piece and not trim it down in case I have anything bigger coming up, which I actually don't know that I do, so we could trim it. Okay, I will trim this down since I think this is my last big project for right now. So, again, set that to the side to reuse, and then we can place this right onto our tray here. Now, some woods are easier to lay vinyl down than others. Sometimes you just need to be a little bit more patient with one. It could depend on if there's a finish on it, or there's sometimes just many factors, but just be mindful of that when you're adding to wood. And it's really the same for anything. Sometimes certain plastics can be a little persnickety as well. Isn't that cute? Be mine. I love that. But as long as you're just patient and you keep a scraper handy, then once the vinyl is on there, you're good to go. You just have to be sometimes patient when applying it. Okay, grabbing a little lip, and see, this is going to be one that's just going to need a little bit more patience, which is just fine. And sometimes I use my scraper to continuously burnish. Sometimes I just, press it down with my finger as I go. But once it's on there, then you're good. So you just have to be patient during this process. This one's not doing too bad, actually. All right, and again, once it's down, you are all good to go. I love how that looks, and I love the color of that wood. I think it's so pretty. So there's another craft that you can do for Valentine's Day for your home. Okay, switching it up for a minute. I was at HomeGoods and I found this super fun tea towel. It came in a pack of 3, and I just loved the checker look of it. So I am going to just decorate it and add a little vinyl to the front just to have a little fun saying on there. I found this one and I thought it'd be really fun paired with this fun background. So this is just going to say hugs and kisses, but I liked how just simple it was with all capitals. I thought it would pair well with something that's a little bit busier in the background. And that's something that I always try to keep in mind when I am picking out designs. I'm always being mindful of what I'm putting it on. If it's a very busy background and pattern, then I definitely try my best to tone down the design that I'm putting on it. That way it just pairs really nicely. But I thought that would be super cute. And oh, I'm right. Well, I'm right for me. I'm right for me because I love how that looks. Okay, I'm gonna go over to my heat press and I'm going to lint roll this to make sure there's nothing on the surface that's gonna prevent my iron-on from laying down. I'll pre-press it and then I will go ahead and have this ironed on so that we can have this cute little towel all decorated. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over and I'm gonna turn this around just so that I can draw the heat. When that hot iron-on and any project really meets a cold surface, it's very quick to draw out the heat. That way you can continue crafting and not be waiting around for things to cool down. But I like to do a nice cold peel. And that is so cute. Oh my goodness, I love that. Okay, there is our little tea towel. Isn't that fun? I love that. Okay, I'll try to find something similar to link for you below because HomeGoods, I know stores like that, they're my favorite, but sometimes it's hard to find the exact thing in their inventory. So I'll go ahead and do my best to find something similar for you. Okay, another thing that I really did want to get out of my craft room this year was this sign and also these cute little hearts. I've had these in my craft room for probably 3 to 4 years. I did a different craft with these last year, but I had found these at the Target dollar spot, had to have them, but then I was a little stumped with how to use them. And so I'm gonna do some wordless art. I really like to do some stuff that doesn't have words all over it for my home. It's just a nice little breather. But I also found this at Walmart a year ago and I loved it. I did end up adding some more paint to it just because it had more of a cream finish. So I went ahead and added a layer of my favorite white chalk paint. And the reason why this has been sitting unused is because it has a kind of almost shiplappy look behind it. And sometimes it was hard for me to just get inspired with putting vinyl on it or anything like that. So I knew I was saving it for some project where I could layer wood pieces on. And this ended up, when I had both of these pieces side by side, I thought that's exactly what I want to do. So I can't remember how I had that, maybe like so. Yeah, I'm going to do that so that I can separate the nice brown of this jute hanger here from the brown here. That way it's kind of balanced. So all I'm going to do is, again, use adhesive of your choice. I'm going to rock the hot glue, and then I will place these one by one down. Again, it's just simple decor and wordless, which is nice. There we go. And then lining that up where I'd like it. Okay. And finally, this piece as well. Let me know if you have items in your craft room that have just sat unused. I hope I'm not the only one, and I know I can't be, because sometimes I create those videos where we are just shopping our craft space, and those end up being so popular because many of us are in the same boat where we have craft supplies that just need to be used. But I love that. That's so simple and it's just really fun. Okay, so used up those wood hearts, and then I used this nice frame as well, which is so pretty and fun. But I love how that turned out. It's nice to have this not only to be enjoyed this Valentine's Day, but also out of my craft space. All right, I'm a lover of patches. They have just stolen my heart this year. Patches and bows. It's the year of patches and bows for me. Well, it was actually last year as well, but I saw these patches at Hobby Lobby. Also picked up a sweatshirt. Originally, I wanted to create this for myself, but I just could not find a sweatshirt that I could put it on. So my daughter is the lucky ducky for this sweatshirt because they had a really cute pink sweatshirt that it's just perfect for. So I have a little XOXO. These come in every letter of the alphabet. They have a fun patch aisle at Hobby Lobby if you haven't checked it out. There are fun, not only alphabet, but it's also, there's fun hearts and smiley faces and just all the things. So I'm going to use my heat press again. So I'll do the same process, preheat it. I'm also going to make sure that I lint roll it to make sure there's no lint on the surface. And then I am going to do a curved XOXO. And I did something similar for Christmas. I did Merry and Jolly with letters similar to this on, I think white and red sweatshirts. My girls loved them. So I know that they're going to get a kick. Well, I'm only making one, but she's going to get a kick out of a Valentine's Day version of this. So I'm going to go over to my heat press, get this all done. I'm also going to add a piece of butcher paper over the top of these pieces just to protect them from the heat. And we'll get these all ironed on and onto the shirt. Now, once these are down, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to flip the shirt inside out. That way I can heat from the back side. And when doing that, what's going to happen is, say my patch was here, when I'm applying the heat here, I'm getting even closer to the adhesive, because when you heat from the top, there's a lot, it's a pretty thick patch, right? So you're heating it, you're doing a great job, but I like to flip it this way as well. That way I get even closer to that adhesive to just really ensure that it's laid down. So in my opinion, I view that first press when I'm pressing from the top, I kind of view that as more of a tack down press just to get everything to stay put. And then I really ensure that the patches are on there by flipping it inside out and pressing from that direction. All right, let's go ahead and get these placed on the sweatshirt. I'm jealous already in a loving way. I really wish this was for me. Oh my gosh, I did this last time too. I totally forgot. There is a liner because, let me grab the little package again. This is, sorry, an iron-on and sticker. So if you were to use this as a sticker, you would want to remove this liner, obviously, for the adhesive part. But you can also use this as an iron-on, as it states. So I just have to peel this liner off. Oh, I panicked because I was like, why are those not sticking? This is crazy. But yes, be mindful. Not all patches are like this too. So other patches that I've purchased that are just for iron-on, they don't have a liner on them. But always just check. I mean, it just depends on what type of patch you're getting. So, or the company you're buying it from. But all right, second time is the charm. Let's get these cuties all down. Oh, I wish it worked out the first time because I felt like I had the placement just so. Okay, so I flipped that right side out, and that is so cute. I love it. Very, very fun. So there is a very easy and quick little idea for some apparel that you can do for Valentine's Day. And as I was working on this, I was thinking you could wear this any time of the year too. This is not just for Valentine's. This is definitely something so cute for little girlies to wear. So I also wanted to mention that I was telling you I wish those patches had worked the first time because the placement was so great. When I went back to put them back on there, it had kind of pressed the shadow of, or the outline really, of the patches in place. So that's why I was able to put those on super quick and press them on, because I had an outline to guide me from where I had them the first time. So that was a win. All right, there is a cute little idea. I love it. I am going to try my best to find one in my size. I just couldn't find one that day, and I didn't want to wait for one to arrive. So I will find one and create one for myself, but very cute. Okay, I'm gonna show you again. I was working on the pencil toppers. So I did a variety of fun ones. So the ones for my son are already done, but I'll place a link to where I purchased this file down below. You do need an embroidery machine in order to do this next craft, but I'll show you exactly how to do it. We are going to use my free arm embroidery machine. I love her. She was the first one that I purchased, and we're gonna go ahead and stitch out the final remaining 4. Oh my gosh, I've done so many of these. It's taken a while, but I have 4 more to do, so we're gonna finish those up as well. So the first idea that I had was this design. I loved this design, and again, I'll place a link to it below in case you fall in love with it too. It's really, really cute, but I will tell you, it takes a long time to stitch out because of the heart fill there. So once I saw one sheet, and I think I did, let's see, well, how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I used my other embroidery machine, my new embroidery machine, because it has a bigger hoop for all of these, because I could do 12 on each hooping, which does help, but this took over an hour to do, which is fine, but I wanted to find something that was going to be a little quicker. So I've done these before. I went ahead and I'm redoing this design, and this is fun because I used a faux leather, but I also was able to do an applique with some fabric. So I did 2 different kind of versions, and I was kind of pairing the pencil design with what kind of fabric I wanted to do. So I did a red version, which is super cute, and then I did a pink version. And then today, for the last 4 of them, we are going to do the heart design, but I am going to use, obviously, the faux leather, and I'm going to try to use some of these scrap pieces that I have for the final 4. And then I'm also going to use this pretty fabric because, again, I was keeping my pencil in mind for what would be really fun as a topper, and I'm going to use this fabric for the applique part. So I already have my stabilizer all hooped. I'm going to go over and get my design onto my embroidery machine with my flash drive, and then we'll go ahead and start stitching. Now the first thing that you're going to see me do is just the placement stitch. It's going to stitch some thread out. So you'll see 4 little hearts, and that's going to show us where we're going to place down our faux leather. And then after that, I'm going to do the placement stitch to get this all tacked down, and I'll keep walking you through it. It's super easy, and these are so fun and addicting to make. They always turn out so cute. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can see, this is going to be our placement stitch. So this is just telling us where we need to place our material. So like I said, I was going to try and see if I could use some of these pieces that I have left over. It might be kind of hard for this design because they're not perfectly, you know, lined up, and I don't want to make it harder for myself if I don't have to. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to grab one full sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to place this sheet on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some tape. This is honestly just medical tape. Actually, no, this is some really nice, I just opened this. It's Kimberbell embroidery tape, which is really nice to use. You can also use medical tape. I'm going to tape this into place, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow it to do the tack down stitch, which is exactly as it sounds. It's going to tack down this piece of faux leather to our hoop, and then the next thing I'm going to do is allow it to do the placement stitch for our fabric. So you'll see me do 2 steps here. Actually, it was not 2 steps, it was just 1, which is really brilliant actually, because the step that we just did achieved 2 things. So not only did it tack down our faux leather, but it also gave us our placement stitch for where we need to place our fabric. So forgot that it did it that way. I should know since I've done a billion of these this week, but I've been just putting on my headphones and watching TV shows and just doing anything to relax while creating these. Okay, I'm just laying some fabric over and getting the size that I need. Okay, and then once again, just hovering over the placement stitch because that's just showing us where we need to put our material. I'm gonna tape this down. And I'm doing it kind of tight because it's a little wrinkly from being wound up, but it doesn't matter because it's going to just stitch it down and it'll be just fine. Okay, and then now we're going to do our tack down stitch. Now the tack down stitch is just going to re-outline that exact heart shape and size that we just did. And then from there we can trim off all of our excess fabric. So this will be really quick and easy. It's very gratifying to do. It's my favorite step. All right, so there we are. And now the next step is trimming all of our excess fabric away. So I'm gonna grab my little snips here, and this is my favorite part of the whole process. Some have asked me why I don't have my Cricut cut out my fabric pieces into the shapes I need, because some embroidery designs do come with cut files and allow you to do so, but I honestly find this to be so relaxing to do that this is, I don't know, everybody just enjoys a certain part of their craft, and I just find it really relaxing. So I also think it kind of takes more time to have your Cricut cut out all of the materials and get that all loaded, and I can do it much quicker this way, but to each their own. To each their own. Okay. Trimming right around all of my little hearts. turn out so cute. Now the next step that we're going to do, this is the step that takes a little bit because it's going to do a satin stitch around each of these hearts. So that's the pretty finish stitch that is going to finish up these cute hearts before our final step. So this is where I always am around my embroidery machine just to monitor it in case I have any thread that, breaks or anything like that, or if I need to re-thread my machine. But this is where you can get some other things done in your craft room, because I think this next step is going to take probably 8 to 10 minutes or so. So I like to just take that time to tidy up my craft space. It gets 2 things done at once. Okay, I also like keeping that lint roller that I use for my iron-on projects. I like to keep that on hand just to get any of the extra thread that happens to come off when snipping. And now I'll just go place this right back on to the machine, and then it'll do the finish satin stitch. All right, so we did the finishing stitch, and now the next and final step is to flip the hoop over so we can put the back side of our design on. So we have, again, this is where we're going with this. We've done the top, and now we're gonna flip it over so that there's something on the back, okay? So I have a really cute, isn't this cute? It's like little mason jars full of hearts. I've had this for a while, and I'll try to link it down below if it's still available. But I am going to be very mindful to get this very secure on the back of the hoop because it will be floating upside down. So we want to make sure it stays put. So that should be good. And now I'm simply going to take it right back over to my embroidery machine and do the final stitch, and that's going to secure the front and the back. Okay, so before I unhoop this, we are completely done though. I'm going to just trim off any little pieces of thread that didn't get cut. And I'm just gonna use my little snips to do that. I love this print on the back. I think that's fun. And then we should be good to go. Okay, so now that that's done, I can take this out of the hoop, and I just put all of that faux leather in there, but you absolutely can trim it down. But I'm gonna trim it off now. All right, now I'm just going to grab some scissors, cut off all of my extra faux leather so that I can save that for another project. And there we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is simply go around each of my hearts, and I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch, give or take, away from that final stitch. Being careful not to cut into those stitches because we don't want to have our project fall apart. But another thing about this design that's really nice is the cutting is super easy at the end. They're just simple hearts. So if you're doing these in bulk, think through your design choice too, so that you can do it in a timely fashion. Okay, so there we go. There's our little pencil topper. And now what you're going to do is I just separate here, and then the pencil will just fit right there. Okay, so there is our little pencil topper. Isn't that cute? So I'll finish up the remaining 3, and this will be officially crossed off the list. Okay, so there's the final look. I think those are so cute and really fun to do. So I'll place links to all of the materials that I used to make these. And let's finish with our final craft. So I have some little gift baskets for my kiddos for Valentine's Day, and I will show you those in just a moment, but I wanted to put these cute little heart wands in there, mainly to just have some cute height for these baskets. So I used a new font to me. I've used it a couple of times on some projects, but I just always love how it turns out, and I'll list it below for you. But I simply wrote out "love you" for each one of these little hearts. And you can do, you know, a fun take on conversation hearts or something like that. I think that these are a fun way to have a little decoration in some baskets. All right, so reusing that transfer tape once again. And as always, I'll just burnish top and bottom, and then I'm going to trim these apart so that I can place them individually on my project. So that is good enough like so. And then I'll take this first one. Now these come in a bare wood. I found these at Hobby Lobby. They come in a bare wood, but I added a cute colorful chalk paint to each one. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so "love you." And we'll peel these off. Okay, so there they are. Now let's show the fun little baskets. I still have to get some coloring books for them, but they're almost done. Okay, so this is the girl version of the basket here. I found this cute banner at Hobby Lobby and I loved it. And then inside we just have some pajamas. I always do pajamas for every holiday. And then a cute little poppet. This is a fun jewelry making kit out of candy and a water bottle. And again, I still need to get the coloring book, but I'll add those when they arrive. Okay, so I thought it'd be cute just to add a little heart to the baskets and just dress them up. Okay, and then for the boy version, it's much the same. So a little candy treat, a poppet, some pajamas, and a cute little water bottle. So love that as well. So I'm just adding these little hearts to the little rolled up pajamas just to have something fun there. And again, it offers just some really cute height to that. So I need to tuck that just a bit more. In fact, I can probably tuck it behind, but it's really fun. And then they can use them for fun wands or play afterwards. So love those. Okay, so many fun little things that we accomplished today, and even better, I got these things out of my craft room so that we can enjoy them this Valentine's Day. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I loved seeing everything come together. Everything will be listed down below for you in case you're curious about any of my supplies, and I'll see you in next week's video.